Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just turned the camera on. Welcome to Ask the Unicorn. I'm Ahura Z. I am your host this evening. This is my stalwart companion, Kazi.
Hello, it's April 12th, 2016, episode 78.
Yes, it is. That means we have had 78 episodes of Ask the Unicorn, and we're working towards 79. I hope you've all had a good couple of days into the week, and I hope the rest of your week will be great. However, I'm looking for a good show this evening. Last week, I have to apologize because I played a song that we weren't supposed to air because of copyright stuff, so we had to take it off. Okay, and I apologize for that. From this point on, I'll only play my own music, and if the guy bothers me about a copyright, I'll tell him that I know him. And hopefully they'll believe me. Anyway, that being said, welcome to the show. And I will answer any question of any type pertaining to the metaphysical, the spiritual, the paranormal, and the mystical. However, there are two types of questions that I do not answer, and that is whether or not someone's going to die or whether or not someone is cheating on each other. And if you have issues with that particular type of thing, I suggest that you either confront the person that you're asking about or, deal with that person even on a spiritual level, okay? Besides that, everything is fair game as long as it's positive and constructive and leads towards the path of evolution. Now, before we begin, I have one of my own songs that I would like to play, and it's a very beautiful song, and I hope you all enjoy it. So it's called Sun and Moon, and that is from Unicorn One Records, Pisces Project. That's me and my wife, Sonari. And I hope you all like it.
What are we going to do until then?
We're going to do this.
No.
Yes, come on.
No.
Everyone sway with me. I'll try to lip sync both my part and start.
I can try to lip sync.
Okay.
Sonari's part.
I rise in the
Lip sync that all!
hoping I can bring you something. Let me make you feel away, and I'll bring you a time that's called day.
I can't do it with the straight face.
Can't you hear the sweet song? Don't you know the wind's never wrong? Always go my days can make warm. I can push the dark stone from my way. Tell me what is my name? What is my name? Is it just a moment in time? You can remember when we were best friends. Yeah.
I can see what's hidden in a heart. I can make you fall fast asleep and you tell me the truth in your dreams. My home is the night.
I have to be smart.
I see you dancing by
I can see her right now. What the hell?
I'm the only one who can tell when you wish I am well or asleep. Tell me what is my name? What is my name? Is it just a moment in time you can remember when we were best friends?
I don't know the words. I really don't know the words.
What is my
Just
name?
turn it in off.
See if you can hear the sweet language we spoke as we were all the same.
Even at night, if you can remember my life,
You will always know that I'm there and you'll never be frightened again. Tell me what is my name? What is my name?
The moment in time you can't remember when we were best friends. Tell me what is my name? What is my name?
Gracie, put that hair down.
Yes, we have to listen. Tell me what is my name?
I'm just shaking my hair. Pretending like my hair's down. She doesn't really do that, but she like.
Yes, she does. She goes, and she goes, I hope you all like that song.
That was a horrible lip sync battle. First off, I didn't know the words.
I won.
Yeah.
I won. Okay, that was Sun and Moon, and that is Pisces Project. And you can find that at SoundClick, or you can find it at Unicorn One Records. That's www.unicorn1records.
I said, Scenario, are you seeing this? She says, yes.
So
I'm sorry, she's the dorky.
yes, as you can all see, we have loads of fun here at
Sorry.
Utopia.
I
All right.
don't know the words.
Now that we have made you all laugh, hopefully profusely, we should get on with the show.
They're epic dorky.
The unicorn is in.
Oh.
I'm listening.
Shout outs to Natalia, Maven, Tavar, Rebecca, and Leanne. They all are on. They're all on, and I'll say hi. Hi.
Greetings. It is wonderful to have you all here.
I'm all riled up.
That last song was pretty cool, except I need more cowbell.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
First question is from Abhishek Nas.
Hello.
Hello, Abhishek. Hi. Do you think daydreaming too much is something to do with negative energy?
Not necessarily, unless it's ungrounded or unfounded. I think some of the greatest creations come from people who daydream. And that's the way that I feel about it. I think that when we stopped in the schools deciding to stop children from daydreaming, it was a way of limiting their creativity and stifling them. And that's the way that I think about it. Daydreaming has never hurt anyone. As a matter of fact, it gave a person a place to recline to. And if you are a daydreamer, just remember, there are things that have to be done. So as long as you can daydream all you want to, so long as you're getting things done. Just remember that. That's the gauge there. Are you getting the things done that you need to be getting done? And if you are, dream away. You're going to night dream or daydream. You might as well do it while you're conscious so that you can have some control over it. It's the way that I think about it.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydreaming believer?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
See, Kazi had too much cinnamon raisin bread.
4 slices.
She
I'm
had
not
like
kidding.
4 slices of cinnamon raisin bread, and she shouldn't have. I'm sealing. Down.
It was good. He made it, and it was
Sit
really
down.
good.
Sit down.
I had to eat it
Good girl.
because I finished my
Okay,
workout.
I hope that helps you out. Abhishek.
Next question is from guest 1219.
Hello, guest
It
1219.
would
Welcome to Ask the
It would
Unicorn.
be guest _ 1219.
Okay, what do you got?
You talked about walk-ins in your show last week. Can we consciously choose to be a walk-in to switch with another of ourselves, and then maybe even switch back after?
No.
Or is it something that happens on its own when / if we need it to, like after deep trauma, etc.?
That's not something that you can consciously do. Although you can communicate with other versions of yourself. There's a little difference there. But when a walk-in happens, it's usually under duress. It's because one of you or you cannot handle what it is that you're going through, or it's just too traumatic. And there's a reason for you to be here. So there's a reason for all of us to be here. However, there's a specific reason for you to be here. So you need to be helped out at that particular moment. Otherwise, you'll either lose it physically or mentally. So no, it's not something that you sit down and say, okay, I'm going to concentrate on being a walk-in. It doesn't necessarily work like that. Again, you can speak to other versions of yourself and gain advice, answers, or even experience. I do it a lot. I wish I could talk to the one that is like filthy freaking rich. Actually, spiritually, I'm very, very rich. However, financially, that doesn't have a whole lot to do with spirituality. It does in the way that you can take care of the things that you need to take care of. But it would be wonderful if I could speak to that one that was a multi-billionaire, so that, I could ask him, front me a few bills here and there. But yeah, as far as the walk-in goes, that's something that happens from a different level than where you are. It's kind of like, this is seen at this level that you're going to be going through a certain thing, and then you go through that certain thing, and it's obvious that you're not handling it at all. So there's just magnificent switch that takes place. And then when what is needed to be done is done, it switches back, or maybe it does not. Maybe you go on being that person, because the person is only you. And that could be on many, many different levels. Remember, there are thousands of versions of you, and they're expanding and growing every single day. So concentrate on communicating with that one that is you, or those that are you. See if you can find the one that is what you are trying to accomplish. I think that someone calls it quantum leaping. I never called it that. I just called it speaking to my people. We're having a board meeting, and I would sit there and discuss things, and I still discuss things with people. In fact, I've discussed things with people while being on this ship. To answer a specific question from a time. You see, if you're going to answer a question about the future, you actually have to be in the future. To do that, you have to be in a future, I'll put it that way, in order to do that. One cannot respond on the future unless you're from the future. So I speak to a future version. It's kind of like that.
Timey-wimey?
Yeah. Time is like that when it comes to the future, the past. They're all kind of timey-wimey. Sorry, but they just are. However, we do not want to create a moment where a walk-in is necessary. It usually happens as a matter of course. That I have to say this too about that. Should you decide at some point in time that you're going to try to create a moment in which a walk-in is needed, you'd be sorely disappointed. When those that create the universe decide to do things, it has all to do with you, yet very little to do with you. We do not have the ability to force the hands of the creators. We do have the ability to cooperate, and we have the ability to decide some things. However, when it comes to other versions of yourself, this is the cool part about it, that even those other versions of yourself have free will. It's the most magnificent thing, and it's a good thing that they have free will. Otherwise, we'd screw ourselves up. So I hope that helps you out. However, most people don't even know that they're walk-ins until after a while, after there's been some level of cellular remembrance. Good question.
This next question is from Kathy Watts. She says,
Hello.
I've been trying to learn to astral project, while still awake. I've only been able to really leave my body one time. As I was traveling up, I got stuck in what I can only describe as a bunch of debris swirling around me and not allowing me to continue upward. I finally got frustrated and went back into my body. My question is, what can I do to help me have a successful, safe astral journey when I am still awake and aware?
Nothing.
Nothing. Don't.
Absolutely nothing. First off, I'm not a person that condones astral projection. And I don't condone astral projection because it is very dangerous. You could get stuck there and something else could come back with you. And that's usually the case after a few turns. There are lots of people that like to swear by astral projection, but see, I'm someone that has had to exercise, so to speak, other energies off of people that insisted on doing astral projection. It's not a good thing. I've had to go into the astral realm in order to retrieve a person, and I'm never happy about that at all. So my suggestion is to find another method, such as soul travel or etheric travel. Keep your astral body where it belongs, which is protecting your physical body. Something else can latch onto it. And believe you me, you don't want to get out in waters that you can't swim in. And that's the very function of those beings that are in the astral realm. They will lure you into the astral realm, into an area that you cannot get back. And then they will force a bargain. That bargain being that they can come and coexist with you. I know that there are a lot of things on YouTube and on many airy-fairy metaphysical books, well, quote, I have to say, quote, metaphysical books that tell you that it's a wonderful thing to do astral travel. It is so this, it is so that, it is so this. You know, it will be for a time, and then all of a sudden your life will deteriorate. Your energy will deteriorate, and then you'll become something that you're just not. And this is how it always works. The reason that you had all of that debris is because those are barriers. Those are barriers to keep you in your body. The thing about that debris that you were faced with, if that debris had punctured your astral body, you would receive a physical energy. One, because you were conscious and trying to straddle a physical and non-physical world. Two, because you shouldn't have been in the astral realm in the first place, because it's not there for us that have physicality. And three, because you don't understand the breadth of the astral realm. Most people go in and try to deal with the pleasantries and see things, and it would be better for you to develop your senses. Since you have the ability to project astrally, why not develop that intuitive nature so that you are able to see the realm at the same time as seeing the physical realm, and therefore do not have to leave your body to go into it? Do you not understand that there are things that are waiting to inhabit your body? And no, they cannot take your body over. However, they can, for a time, be like squatters on your property. And believe you me, they will take that advantage. While they are not difficult to get out, if there's someone that knows how to get rid of them, they are very difficult to get out if you are the one that allowed them to attach. So you need to be careful about that, and don't just do stuff because you think that it's neat. And there's a pretty good chance that right now, as you're listening to me, you're disagreeing with a few things that I have to say. However, I have vast experience in this particular ability, in this particular area. And I've had much experience with people who have left their bodies and then brought something back with them against their will. People who I believe at this moment were very much more experienced than you, and I've had to seal them in their bodies. No, they weren't necessarily happy about it, but they were a lot happier than having their energy drained from them and then having their bodies fall apart. The astral realm is not an escape route. It is not a place to try to vacate into, thinking that you're going to live an existence free of your body. You will not. You will only go there for a time. And then that tenure that you have in the astral realm, because you don't belong there, will wear very, very thin. And then you will develop something that is called, well, my teacher used to call it space neuroses. However, it's a neurotic type of a thing. These are the very people that come back and do things that they cannot explain why they did them, but they were done anyway. Remember, you are inhabiting a body. There are things that can come and cohabitate with you. Call it possession if you will, that's fine. But possession is when something takes complete control. An astral being can only do a limited amount of control, and usually when you're unconscious, all of a sudden you're doing things that you can't explain, nor do you remember. That can be very dangerous. There are people that have committed heinous crimes and cannot honestly remember because it was not them that did it. It was some other being that inhabited them for that brief amount of time, just long enough to bury them. That did it. Yeah, there are a lot of colors and a lot of things to see. And yes, there are tons of people in the astral realm. And there's a reason that they are there. You need to start finding out the reason before you decide to go venturing in. Because they've probably been there a lot longer than you. And they know a lot more than you. Therefore, they can show you anything that they choose to lure you out. Kind of like, you want some candy, little girl?
Yes. Oh, I mean, no. No. Depends on what kind. Jelly belly.
Yeah, I understand that sounded a little creepy, but I'm just telling you. And then what happens is someone in your family has to contact a person like me to see if we can help you because the doctors can't find anything. Your psychiatrist is really stupid because they're still learning from books written by Sigmund Freud. And there are other people that just don't understand what the heck you're going through. So a person like me comes along and sees your astral body and sees your etheric field and goes, oh my goodness, you're stuck out there. And then we have to go into the astral realm to retrieve your butt. And it's not a pleasant affair. And usually I'm quite pissed that I have to do such a thing because I usually warn people all the time. So you've gotten in and out of the astral realm. You've been lucky. Good for you. Try to stay clean and don't do that again, because if that debris hits you, something else will happen. Just let you know. So there are better ways. There are so much better ways. However, I've only given you the warning. Perhaps you're experiencing something that you don't want to let go of. That's fine. I just thought it's my responsibility to give you what happens in the astral realm. You know, science tries to explain things like that, astral projection, and what they call sleep paralysis, I think is just a farce because they have no idea what they're talking about. There's so many things that happen in the metaphysical world that there are to learn about. The cool thing about what it is that you're doing is that you understand the process. But don't understand the process so much that you understand the bad thing that can happen. Okay? So if you're looking for me to teach you how to astral project while being conscious, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't. That would, I can't give you something that I know that you can't handle. It could injure you severely. And then someone would say, well, why didn't you tell this person that the astral realm was so dangerous? I did. You've been lucky so far. It's a gamble, like playing Russian roulette. There's some people who actually like the thrill of that I have known. And then later on, they've come back and that person that I knew was gone. There was somebody else there, almost completely. And they ran to me for help. Of course, I'd help. I wasn't happy about it. So those are my thoughts on the astral realm. I'm sorry. Okay. Hope that helped you out, though.
Natalia says, anxiety. How do I deal with it? It's really bad and is affecting my work and personal relationships.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a mantra that I learned years and years and years ago that helped me through anxiety, that can help you through most anxiety. It's a really simple thing. So if you got a pen and paper, I'll give this to you. And you have to do it. You can't just have it there. You have to do it. Okay? So I'll wait.
You don't even have a watch on.
Yes,
Stop
I do.
that.
I do. It's right there.
No, you don't. It's not a watch.
Okay, shut up. Okay, ready? All right, write this down. I now exercise from from my mind all evil thought, all jealousy, suspicion, hate, fear, and anxiety. And I am filled with the pure light of divine love. Okay, now I need for you to say that 10 times before you go to sleep, and 10 times as soon as you wake up. 10 times before you go to sleep, and 10 times as soon as you wake up. But what if I wake up at like 2 or 3:30 in the morning? 10 times when you wake up. And if you happen to be going back to sleep, 10 times before you go to sleep. You have to do this. It will work. All of a sudden in your mind, it will clear. Things will clear. And after doing it for a few days, whenever you become anxious, that will start repeating in your mind. And when it does start repeating in your mind, it means that you need to start repeating it to yourself. You say anxiety is a product of extraneous energy. We need to focus the extraneous energy. We need to find a place to put the extraneous energy. Sometimes you don't get enough physical exercise, and because you don't get enough physical exercise, you have all of that energy rolling around, and it can go nowhere but and then ping around in your head. So you start thinking about things that really there's nothing you can do about, but you're going to start thinking about them anyway. Sometimes it's because you haven't had enough to eat. Sometimes it's because you got trouble in your relationship. Other times it's because you don't have enough money, you don't have this or that. This is all this external things that are coming in and trying to stimulate your head, and you get pent up. Okay. You need some place to put all of that energy. So I'm giving you this mantra to put it in. How do I know that it works? Because I also used it. And from time to time, I even employ it now. It does work. You need to find places for all of the energy. It's like you've got a bunch of these poles that are meant for spinning plates, but you've got no plates. You've got to put the plates on the poles and make them spin. And this is how you do that. You've got to have a place for all of that energy that is in your body and in your mind to go. One, physicality. If you know that you have extra energy, get up and do something. Do something on a physical level. For those of you that sit a lot, this is excellent because you'll need to get rid of this energy. If you're having problems sleeping, and you don't do any form of exercise whatsoever, there's a pretty good explanation for that. It's because you've got an extra energy that needs to be focused into doing something. If you sat around and doing absolutely nothing, and your job is boring and you've got nothing to think about, get up and create something. Do something. I was kind of touched on this last week. Meditate. Make your meditation moving. Do Tai Chi, do yoga, find a martial arts to do, sweep the floor, wash the dishes, clean your house, sit in a good position, light a candle, and recite this mantra. I now exercise from my mind all evil thought, all jealousy, suspicion, hate, fear, and anger, and anxiety. And I am filled with pure light of divine love, and do it until all of that goes. When it goes, you'll have to fill that clear space with doing something. It's an old saying. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Get up and do something physical. For every mental exercise you do something physical. You have these wonderful bodies, and if you got one that works perfectly, honor it. Get up and do something. It doesn't take a whole lot to do. Just make sure that you're putting in energy someplace. Get yourself a punching bag, punch for a while, you know, do some kicks. Put on Billy Blanks or somebody, anybody, you know, watch Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know, Boogetti.
Go, it's go time. It's go time.
You know,
Go.
get up and do something. That's how you get rid of anxiety. Anxiety is it's unspent energy that is trying to find a way to be used. We all get anxious. You just have to learn how to focus your energy. Use all of that wonderful energy, focus it into an area. For those of you that are thinking about business, focus it into your business. For those of you that are artists, focus it into your art. Well, how do I focus it into my art? Simple. That art that you've been working on for so long that you just sit there and stare at, make your hands move to do something. You got a song that needs creating? Keep playing until it comes out. It will. Those of you that are looking for a new creation to make, the field is wide open, for goodness sake. You know, make a movie, make a song, you know, write some poetry. Only please make it make sense. And, you know, do something. Get on, you know, you like to use Facebook, get on Facebook and type a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's all full of nonsense, you know. You can go on and type all kinds of things. That's how you get rid of anxiety. Use the energy that you have. Sometimes you have an overabundance of energy. Use it all. Use it. But I have to get up in a few hours because I have to go to work in the morning, so I can't stay up late. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can, because all you do is sit there and toss and turn, listening to these voices in your head. So get up and do something, you know.
Hate the countdown.
Oh, I can do fine on 5 hours sleep. Oh, I'll be all right on 4 hours sleep. That's enough. The human body only needs 4 hours sleep.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Hours.
So I got 3 hours left.
Go to sleep now. 3 hours.
No, it'll be fine. You know, I'll just, you know, it'll be fine.
Power nap. 2 hours. Yeah, I can do it.
Get up and do something. Get it over with. Get it over with. Okay? Just do what needs to be done. You'll be better. There'll be nothing to be anxious about. For those of you that are on anxiety medication, you know, that's between you and your doctor. However, I've given you a method to handle anxiety. Talk to someone. See if there's someone around that'd be willing to talk to you. You know, I'm feeling really anxious right now, and I don't know why I'm feeling really anxious right now. Okay, well, let's talk about it. What'd you do today? Well, I didn't do a whole lot today. Well, why didn't you do a lot today? Well, because I was thinking about this, and I just felt like I needed some time. Okay, that's great, but your time wasn't productive. I mean, and now you're anxious. So obviously that's not the way to go. So how about we try this? How about we, you know, is there something you need to work on right now? Well, you know, I have to go to school tomorrow and I have this essay. Well, how about we do that while we're talking? Get your essay out. What is it on? Psychology. Oh, crap. Let me guess. You're anxious because it's your mom's fault. Okay. You can talk about stuff. Anxiety is one of those things that needs to be addressed head to head. You can't do a passive way of addressing anxiety. You just have to address it. And you address it by, one, not taking yourself so seriously, two, by using the energy that you have stored, and three, taking care of that which you know you need to take care of and getting rid of the anxious problem. Some people just get anxious for no apparent reason. Still, they can be remedied by focusing their energy in a direction. Look at all the wonderful things that we've been given to concentrate our energy on. There are 1,000 different methods of meditation. There are 1,000 different arts that you can get into. There are 1,000 different divine sciences. There are 1,000 different mundane sciences. There are 1,000 different arts that you can find to just steep yourself into. Hell, you can play a really cool video game because you can't sleep, or you can Play solitaire, that'll put you to sleep.
I don't know, video games make me stay up later, longer.
Well, different people have different things. So there are different ways to handle anxiety. One thing you should do is breathe and know this. Everything will be fine, Natala. Be still. Okay? Just be still. You'll be fine. It's like a very wise person told me once, be still and know that God is God. Be still and know that God is the goddess. Just breathe. Hope that helps you out. Okay, so what do we got?
$500. We have a question from Leanne. She said,
Hi, Leanne.
I'm having a hard time finding a decent job and was wondering if I should focus elsewhere rather than what I have been doing. I'm also thinking about going back to school, but on the fence on which course of study to lean towards. I need something that will help us as a whole.
My recommendation is for you to find something that you can do for yourself. Find a business that you can actually create. That's my recommendation. But it's kind of obvious that if you're not finding a job in the field that you've been working on, the universe has decided to close that door so that you can do something different. So I might suggest looking in a different direction. However, this is a wonderful time for women in business. So see if you can create something. Create something for you. You said you need something that's going to help you. So find something that you can offer. Sell it. Open a small business. It's really not as hard as you believe it is. It really isn't. It's a lot of responsibility, but it's not as hard as you think it is. But you should probably look in a different direction. It seems like the door and the energy isn't supporting you in the direction you're going currently. Okay, you can usually tell. You try, and this thing just won't support you. It's time to look in a different direction. Okay, so just look in a different direction. If you want to go to school, that's fine. But go to school because you want to add something, not replace something. Hope that helps you. What have you got?
That's it for now.
That's it for now? Wow. You guys are kind of quiet again. Perhaps I should play another song and let Kazi sing it.
No. It has to be one that I know the words to.
I will say this. We're moving into a pretty good time, and I touched on it last week. We're moving into a time where you can do and be what you choose to be. You just have to make the decision to. A lot of you have awakened, and because you've awakened, there are a lot of people that you're going to move away from that you used to be a part of. And they may not necessarily understand you, or you may, for the first time, see that you don't really gel with these people. It's okay. Just allow yourself to evolve. Allow the evolution. Think of something you can do. If you just look at the opportunity of it, you can decide to be anything you want to be. You can. Even if it's just so that you can say, I did this. I accomplished this. Accomplish it. If where you're living isn't supporting you anywhere, move someplace else. If you're having a really hard time in this one place and you just can't seem to get anywhere in this one place, move someplace else. Don't sit there and let something step on your toe repeatedly and then sit there and complain about it stepping on your toe.
We have another question kind of in regards to what you're talking about.
Okay.
This question is from Rebecca. She says, what is the force or entity that causes dilemmas, delays, and obstacles when you're trying to do something or go somewhere that feels important? Why would something prevent people from meeting face to face?
Because it's either something really good for you or something really bad for you. Most times is because you're getting close to something that you really need. You know, so you can either give it up entirely or you can fight for yourself. I'll tell you what I do most of the time. I fight for myself. I'm not going to be denied something that I think or believe could be good for me. You know, we get things denied us too often. You know, look at the state that people are in right now. I mean, common folk like us, you know, that are just wanting to live, that are just wanting to have a good life. You know, we have this thing. I want to get this one piece of equipment that I've really been wanting, that I need, and then something comes up to try to make it so that you can't get it. You know, or if I can just get to this event, I know that it'll be okay, but then something happens to make it so that you can't. We used to call that the devil's maze, kind of like being late for work, and or you have 5 minutes to get to work and you're rushing, and the more you rush, the harder it gets. There's a Volvo in front of you, or that the guy's just totally oblivious, you know, or there's all of the lights decide at that particular moment, just because it saw your car, that they were all going to change red to red and just hold you up. And then a train decides to come by. Okay, and then as soon as you get a clear space to come, someone decides that they want to cross the street really freaking slow. Okay, and all the meanwhile you're watching that clock go. You know, so it just comes down to perseverance. What is it that you truly value? What is it that you really need? How much do you need it? And if there is a problem, ask yourself this. Is there something that you are doing or something that you are thinking that is making it so that it's so difficult for you to be where you want to go? I mean, what is it that you're really thinking? I mean, and then again, are there people who agree with you? Have you told people your plans? Because my suggestion is for you not to, because everybody's got their opinion. And 9 times out of 10, you will find people that will come up with a reason why you cannot do something, because they don't want you moving out of their comfort zone. Okay? Not necessarily yours, but their comfort zone. Okay? So you've got to reach inside yourself and say, okay, I have an opportunity to do this today. I'm going to go do it. And then just go do it. Just go do it. I'm going to go do this. You know, when I started my business 16 years ago, there were all types of people that told me, well, you got to go to business college and you have to do this and you have to do that. And you have to do this and that and this and that. And all I could see was, no, I don't. I just have to have a good product. And I do. And I did. And you know, there have been so many instances in my life that people have told me what I can't do. So I developed a motto, watch me. Watch me. All the while you're telling me what I can't do. I even started movies like that. Well, you know, you can't just do movies. Yes, I can. Do you know how many people are in film school today because of someone telling them that they had to go to film school? When the person that is in film school stands just as much chance of as a person who's not in film school of picking up a camera, pointing it in a direction, focusing it, and getting a good shot. Some of the greatest people, the greatest photographers that I've ever seen didn't even go to photography school or didn't even go to film school or anything like that. And there are people who've gone to film school that are doing absolutely freaking nothing. Okay? Usually it's because you open the door to allow the difficulty. Things come against people. It just depends on whether or not you have the intestinal fortitude to overcome your obstacle. Is it something good for you? Ask yourself that question. Is something bad for you? Ask yourself that question, and don't be afraid of the answer. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Answer yourself. I think this will be good for me. Well, how do you know that? Well, I don't know. All I can say is what I believe at this point. But you won't ever know if you don't do something. And then you'll be sitting back one day saying, dang, I wish I'd have went ahead and done that. That's not a place I want to be. I don't want to be in a place that says, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or I could have done that. God, man, I wish I would have eaten more of that chocolate cake.
Black bean noodles.
So my suggestion, go for it. I hope that helps.
Allison has a question.
Hi, Allison. How you doing?
You've been talking about astral projection. What is the difference between astral and the dream travel that you and I have talked about?
The dream travel is your dream body, and you don't leave your body for that. You don't know part of you or your astral body leaves that. That is a dimensional, not necessarily travel. It's an encompassing thing. We know that the dream realm the dreams take place on the 8th dimension, but that 8th dimension isn't something that is separate from the living. The astral realm was specifically for those that have no bodies. You have a body. Your dream body or your dream life can take place without any separation. There's no cord. The dream realm encompasses everything. You can go into the dream realm while you're fully conscious. People do it all the time. That's what daydreaming is. It's just that your body is in a resting state. There's no trauma to it. Contrary to popular belief. Science likes to say that, things and spread rumors like if you fall in your dreams, then that means you die. And we know for a fact that that's not true, because if you knew how many times I've fallen in my dreams, you'd be truly amazed. And I'm sure that all of you have had similar experiences. You can't really tie dreams like that. Now, there are people that understand how to manipulate the 8th dimension, like myself, to accomplish certain things, but only if it's entirely necessary. There are people that do the other end that will do it just for their own benefit. And yes, they can influence dreams. But see, you can be lucid dreaming and still remain safe. There is nothing that will inhabit you, nothing that will try to inhabit you. You may have a tumultuous dream. Usually there's a reason for that. It's either clearing, or there is some place that you are locked psychologically that you need freeing from, and you can use the dream realm for that. Or there's something that you need to cause to happen, and your dream life is just telling you, listen, this needs to happen. Now, there are other instances in which one of you, the hundreds of thousands of you that are in alignment with you at all times, is conscious as you are sleeping. But it is still your consciousness. That's why you can do things like be third person, first person. Oh, you're looking out of your eyes and all of a sudden you're looking at yourself. Those are dimensional things. The dream realm is a truly magnificent thing. If you could learn to be lucid in the dream realm all the time, you could accomplish a great deal. and you have not left your body. That is the difference. You see, that astral body is layered over and in this, and it's kind of what keeps it flexible. You know what I mean? Keeps it contained. You know, well, it's the etheric body that keeps it flexible and, you know, moist and all that good stuff. But it's, I hate that word, sorry. It, it keeps you contained. Everything that there is keeps you contained. Without an astral body, without an etheric body, you would be like dust. Your dream self, however, is part of your own makeup, your own spirit, your own soul, your existence. So is your astral body. But the dream realm doesn't keep you contained. The dream realm is part of the spirit realm. They're kind of the same. You can remain in your body while dreaming. It's very simple. You go to sleep every night. It's not just mental stuff that, you know, the body records and it's just a reactionary thing, you know, whatever. There's some places that science has absolutely no place in. And the dream realm and things that can happen in the astral realm, or even the spirit realm, are those places. However, you can control your dreams. You can indeed control your dreams. It takes practice.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. We have a few responses. Leanne says, oh wait, hold on. Jasmine Holland says, hey, I love you.
Hey, love you too.
Welcome to Costco's. I love you. I don't know who you are, Jasmine, but okay, whatever.
I know who Jasmine is. Yes, I showed you who Jasmine is.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yes, you do, because I showed you.
I
This
do
one
know
has
she
the
is,
two
but
neck rings,
I've never talked to her, so I don't
and she's really sharp.
know. I have never spoken
Okay,
to
it's
her,
not the point.
so I don't know her. Leanne says, I may stop in tomorrow afternoon to talk a little more. If you are available, I want to talk a little more in detail about my thoughts.
Okay.
Rebecca says, I think I need help staying put. Accidental astral projection is somewhat of a problem. There are a lot of obstacles when I attempt to get help getting grounded. It's frustrating as we're asterisk stars and
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. At that particular point is when you need to get help, because that's part of their alienation process. They will cut off other avenues to stop you, that would stop you from being taken out of your body or from astral travel. So at this point, you need to insist on getting help. Do you understand? You need to insist. You need to not back down. Because if you're trying to get help with it and there are things that are shutting you down, that means that someone else is influencing you. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca and Allison both say thank you. Jasmine Holland says, I had a dream that there's a big orange planet coming towards us. We were all bracing for it, but we weren't afraid. When it passed, we were in another dimension, like it made us ascend. Was that prophetic or just a manifestation of my thoughts?
Both. Both in the way that there is a planet that's kind of heading towards us, and people can call it what they want to. I saw it years ago. And they call it Nibiru now. But I saw this planet years ago heading towards, and there's some other ones out there, by the way. See, originally our solar system had 12 planets. But things happen. And now Nibiru is that one that is coming. And it's funny that because it is kind of an orangish vibration. And there's no telling when it will be here, but it will get really, really, really close to us, just close enough to change things. And when it changes things, that's when there's a vibrational separation. Those vibrations that were old and those that were new. And you have a choice. You know, this is why I ask everyone, be you of light or be you of darkness. You know, if you want to continue, if you want to be dark, then fine. There will be a separation from those that have chosen to evolve. It's just the way that it is. There's no telling when that's going to happen. Now, if you go outside and see a basketball-sized orange planet, then we know that something's about to happen. It's not something to be afraid of. It's something to take matter of fact and prepare for it. Not just spiritually, even physically. Remember, your body has to be able to hold the energy that is coursing through you. You can't just think that, oh, everything's going to be fine, so I'll just, develop my spirit, because there's a reason you have this body. Take care of it. And your energy will be able to run through and help others understand, help others to evolve. So that you're seeing a lot, and you'll continue to see a lot. Just keep going. Hope that helps you.
Let's see. Ko-Anthra says hi.
Hi. What else you got? You guys should ask me questions, because I'm here. And for those of you that want to call in, you can give us a call at area code 207-347-5686. That's area code 207-346-56 or 347-5686.
You say it so fast.
So, if you want to contact us and you want to take classes, I do teach, and you can contact us at www.unicorn-code.com or www.asktheunicorn.com. Now, we do these shows every single week, and sometimes if you get right in front of me, you'll forget your questions, so I suggest that you write them down. And please tell your friends about the show. The more questions that there are, the more excited I get, and the more questions I can answer. Sometimes I'll choose a topic to talk about. Like last week, I just kind of ranted about different lives that we all have. Because remember, we have past life, we have future lives, we have parallel lives. It's really funny. Nobody ever asked me about their future lives. No one ever asked me about their parallel lives, but everyone's interested in your past life. I'll give you an answer about your past life. And teacher used to say this to you: what did you do in your past life? What are you doing now?
Worry about my future life.
You have a future of being a dork.
Yes.
Just thought I'd tell you that. Yes, and you will again be my beautiful daughter.
No, you said you weren't coming back, so.
That's okay. You'll be going with me.
No. Too many lifetimes.
I didn't say that I wasn't coming back. I said this is supposed to be my last time.
We're gonna fix it this time, and then we're moving on.
Whatever.
I got other things to do.
You about to screw up?
Maybe. I don't know. That's my future lives we're talking about.
Anyway. See, this is why parents thump their young on the head.
Well, we gotta do a Scooby-Doo ending.
No, we're not. We're not doing an ending right now. Are there any other questions that you have?
Wait, was it like this?
Grow up. Try.
I'm sorry, you put crack or something in that seasoned raisin bread. Jasmine says, what do you see my future life doing?
What you're doing now. Helping and enlightening people. It's gonna get very busy. Hang on. It's a bumpy ride. But this is one thing that you'll never be able to say. You can never say that you're bored. And that's the truth. You're going to have to make a lot of decisions, though. Decisions to change. Decisions to leave behind. Decisions to move on. And that's okay. Just don't be afraid. Fear will stop you dead in your tracks. It's there. It will exist. You just don't need to let it stop you. Be different. Be different from everyone around you. It's okay. Don't try to placate them. They will not understand you. Okay? You have people to teach along the way. You have some lessons to learn, but you have things to teach. You will be being prepared by the universe. You will meet lots of people, like you said, but there are those people that can actually help you and those people that are just kind of associates. You have to find your voice, and then you have to use it. It doesn't matter if people like you. They might not. They might want something from you, but they might not. Oh, but here's something that I need to teach you. For everything that you do, there has to be an exchange. Do you understand? You must accept an exchange for your readings. I don't care if it's a plate of spaghetti. There has to be an exchange. There's a universal law that says this. For everything that is given, there must be something given in return. Okay? Otherwise, they will decide what gets exchanged. And that's not a place that you want to be in. Sometimes you may get that other person's hardship. And that's not something that you need. When people did not have money for things that I was giving them, I would ask them for a strip of paper just so that I could cancel the exchange. What do you have in your pocket? Oh, well, I just got this paper. Fine, I'll take that. Exchange is done. Okay? You cannot feel bad about charging, or even if it's just a donation for your readings. You cannot. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know that you said things like Jesus didn't charge, but that's not true either. He didn't necessarily charge, but they did take donations. I don't know if that was what they were called, but people gave. So be okay with accepting something. You don't have to put a price on it, because I went years without putting a price on my readings and anything. In fact, there's still some things that I refuse to put a price on. However, we live in a country that operates on finance. And yes, your needs will be taken care of. Yes. However, this is the law. It's okay, Jasmine. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay? Just accept it. Your readings are good. Don't let people take advantage of you. They will drain your energy. They will drain you for everything that you have. Okay? And even if they don't mean to, that's just the nature of people. You've got to stop them at some point and say, okay, well, what can you give me for this reading? It's so difficult dealing with someone that is just really wanting to get into their art and share it with people because of the urgency that you see. But I have to tell you, this is just how it is. And it's better that I tell you now, and hopefully you listen, because I didn't. Now I did. It'll help you out. Okay? And like I said, you need me, I'm always here.
She says, thank you, brother. You're absolutely right. God bless you both.
Mm-hmm.
Kaantra says, returning home to the sanctuary in regards to our future life discussion. Leanne says, I do have another question for you. Dakota woke up at 1 this morning and he was really freaking out, refusing to sleep on the floor. He said he saw crabs, and then he mentioned a spider on his left hand, none of which were there. I'm hoping he was just sleepwalking. Should I be concerned?
No. Where did he go? Did he go to sleep? Did he go to sleep in the clothes that he was out playing with other kids with? Those are thought forms. And he just happened to see the thought forms. Okay? Just
it's a step on the floor. Sorry, not sleep.
Yeah.
He's refusing to step on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, he saw thought forms. So if you saw thought forms, then you probably want to, if you want to break that out, break those thought forms up is a really good method. Take about 2 drops of ammonia, put it in water, and mop the floor. And if it's him that they've come around, then it's probably because of who he's been around. So you might want to give him a bath. It'll be fine. And give him a night light. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how old the child is. Doesn't matter how old. Just give him a night light.
I have a night light too. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be afraid. That's pretty serious.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. I hope that helps you out. Are there any other questions?
No more questions. She says kitchen. Leanne says kitchen.
Kitchen. on the kitchen floor, so there's all kinds of thought forms. Give it a good cleaning. You should be fine. Funny, you would see them as crabs.
Makes sense.
Well, they don't live by the sea. No, it doesn't make sense, but it never makes sense, but that's just how they transfer it in his mind. You see, energy will take the form of what you can relate to. It always does. It's kind of like we have these built-in translator modules that translate energy into what it is that we can understand or what it is that we can see. You know, this is why you get two people looking at the exact same thing and have different perspectives on it. We have separate energy modulators. Okay, what time is it?
8:05.
Okay.
Leanne says, okay, thank you. And yes, definitely. Koan Thra says, be at peace, brother.
You too.
That is it.
All right, I'd like to thank you all for joining us on Ask the Unicorn this evening. Please tell your friends about the show. As I said, the more people that...
One last question.
Okay, what do you got?
It's from Cheyenne. How will my current life affect my future lives?
Your current life is now. So everything that you do right now has an effect. It will have an effect in the future. Let's say that you do some things right now that are questionable. There's bound to be an outcome. We kind of like affect our future like a butterfly effect. I mean, I know you've heard that term. It's been thrown around so many times, it's annoying. But everything that you do now will affect later. Okay, this is just how it goes. If you decide to turn left instead of right in any given moment, it has an outcome. This whole world, this whole universe, this galaxy, the universe is built on cause and effect. You know, it just is. You decide to drink soda instead of tea, and then you get a cavity down the road. Okay, who's to say that because you decided to drink soda instead of tea, that's what caused it? That's not what caused it. You know, you decide, okay, I'm going to do vegetables and everything, and all of a sudden you start to feel better. Who's to say that the decision to feel better down the road wasn't caused here? This is just how time operates. This is how the dimensions operate. So you have the opportunity to establish right now, to a degree, your physical future. And that goes like anything else, okay? You learn how to do this now, you're able to do it later. It's just really simple that way. Just so decide now what you want to be. Map it out. Write down some things. This is what I want to do now. Okay? I want to eat this way. I want to drink these things. I want to exercise at these times. I want this spiritual practice. I want to read these things. I want these particular things in my life right now. Now, no one else may understand you, but that doesn't matter. Because later on, you'll have all of those things that you know about, that you know that you can have, and that you know that you can be down the line or up the line, however you choose in your future lives. You have all of that experience. Now, if I was going to give a dissertation about how things happen way back here that affect your future lives, think about all that you are now. All that you are now, right at this very moment, is a result of those things that you were. Okay? For those of you that can remember your past lives, like myself, most of them, some of them I'd rather not, but most of them, you see all that you are right now is a result of who you were then. Of course, you're not going to be 100% of each one of those lives, because you carry some things with you, you leave some things behind. You carry some things with you, you leave some things behind. And you'll carry some things with you from now that you will leave, and you will leave some things behind and move on. And you'll have those characteristics in your future lives. This is just the way of things. Everything that we are is an echo, either an echo or a beginning to something else. There's no real end. You know, in fact, you don't even think about an end. For all you know, when you leave this life, you're going to exhale in this life and inhale in the next one. That quickly. So it's good to think about what you are now in the way of thinking of your future life. Now, don't live for your future life. You have to learn to be here now. You have to learn to live now. And if you can live now, then you're almost projecting your future by living now. It's a step. That's something I could teach a whole dissertation on, but I can't do it tonight. Sorry. I can do it. I can add it on next week.
We should hold a seminar.
Eventually. However, please tell your friends about the show. This is my life. This is what I do. And if you have questions, I can answer them. What's that?
My sugar rush is fading and people are noticing. I'm sorry.
That's what she gets. See?
So, like,
See? She ate all of that sugar, and now look at her. Okay? Now look at her.
I'm sorry, guys.
So, all right. So, you all have a great evening. Please tell your friends about the show. Remember, Ask the Unicorn, www.asktheunicorn.com. You can post your questions and we'll answer them from the emails or whatever you give us. You can also enter into our chat room. You can also give us a call at area code 207-347-5686 during the show. And yes, they can hear you talking on the phone. Okay, so you can tell everybody that you were on the TV.
My eyes, like.
Your eyes are always like that.
Oh, come on.
So, once again, thank you all for joining us on the show. Until next week, have a wonderful week. Be positive. Try to be positive. Stay positive. Do those things that you need to do. And I'll see you all next week. Okay? Now, if you like, I'll play you all one more song.
No.
Yeah, I'll play you all one more song.
Oh, come on. Sugar crashing.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I don't know if Jasmine still did that. I played my music earlier, and I'll play some more of my music. If I can just find a good song to play. How about... Yeah, this is one I wrote for vets. It's called Last Man Standing. And this is Pisces Project. This is me and Sonari, my wife. And I hope you can hear that. I wrote this for vets because they needed something. And for those of you that are joining us, this will be the last song tonight. Have a good week. All alone, this is my life. Though there's death all around me, I know that God won't desert me. Though the sight makes my eyes tear, I will stand, I will not fear. With my sword I will strike through, and with my shield I will break through. I will hold fast to God's hand, and in the light I will soon stand. And though they think they defeated me, in the end I will know victory. I will be free. I will be free. Night, night, everybody. Unicorn out.